All right. So, on the same thing, our very first step is going to be to draw our parentheses, okay? So, draw your parentheses, and we find some factors of the first number. Ronnie, put it up. Try, put it up. Okay, so, what is some factors of 7? 1 and 7. So we could fill in 1 and 7, and you could fill in, there's x's, so x and x, and then we need to find the factors of what number?
21.
21. Okay, so some factors of 21 are what?
7 and 3. 1 and 21.
1 and 21.
7 and 3.
And 3 and 7. Okay, so of those numbers, what do you want to try?
7.
7. 3.
7 then 3 or 3 then 7?
7 and 3.
7 and 3, and this is pretty close because what's 7 times 7?
49.
49. Okay, so that's going to get you pretty close to 52. Okay, so we'll try it out and see. So we check the first, it's going to be 7x squared. The outer, 3x. Inner is 49x. And then the last is 21. Would a 49 and a 3 give you a 52?
Yes.
Yeah.
How? I need a negative 52.
Negative 49 plus negative 49, negative 3.
Plus minus.
Negative, negative.
Well,
Okay, so we can fill them in above. Do we stop or keep going?
Keep going.
We gotta keep going because why?
0.
It says equals 0, so we need to keep going. Most of you guys are good so far right here. It's the equal 0 part, and that's what I wanted to spend a couple extra days on. And if you are good at both of them, have at it, okay? But some of you guys are struggling. So we're gonna write these down until you're at 1x minus 7 equals 0. And then you write this one down, 7x minus 3 equals 0. What always gets moved first?
The plus, so the 7 one, you want to put a plus 7?
Yeah, so we always move the number that doesn't have the letter with it. And in this case, it's a 7. So, Sam, you're totally right by saying plus 7, plus 7. Okay, so over here we got 1x. What is 0 plus 7?
7.
7. Okay, what's our last step always? Divide. Okay, so you're going to divide by 1. 7 divided by 1 is what?
7.
7. Okay, so that is one of our solutions.
Do plus 3.
Plus 3 on both sides. Okay, so you're going to have a 7x equals, what's 0 plus 3?
3.
3.
And then divide
Divide what?
7.
Divide everything by 7. X equals 3 over 7. Remember, one of these should always be a whole number, and one of them should be a fraction. Okay, so the one that's going to be a fraction, okay, leave it as a fraction. If you type it in the calculator and you get a decimal, you can still, you know that that one should be the fraction, okay, so you leave it the way it is. What do those solutions mean? Okay, so here's what the solutions mean. So if we have this graph, okay, and we have a quadratic, remember quadratic is shaped like a U, those solutions mean that that's where it crosses. So in this case, maybe our solutions were 4, x equals 4, and maybe x equals negative 3 were our solutions. Okay, so in this case, there's 7 and 3 over 7, so our graph probably looks something like this. Okay, where here being 3 over 7, and here being 7. Okay, that's what the solutions mean. It's where it crosses that x-axis. Okay, and so that's very important to know. Okay, look at 3. Draw your parentheses. 1 and 5.
Do we put the x's in front of them?
X and x. And we find some factors of what?
8.
8. What are factors of 8?
1 and 8.
1 and 8.
2 and 4.
2 and 4. What do you want to try?
Wait,
2 and 4.
2 then 4?
Yeah.
Okay. What do you always check?
The
two middle numbers, see if they
inside.
equal.
The inside and what else? Really only 2 numbers matter.
Inside and outside?
The inside and outside.
Okay.
Okay, so the inside you would get
10.
10. shit, I got some of mine. And the outside, what would you get?
8.
Nuh-uh.
4.
4. Okay, it's always a big one and a little one. Those are the only ones that really matter. Okay, but if you already know how to foil and you prefer the foiling, by all means, foil. Okay, so for the beginning, you would get 5x squared. The outer would be 4x, the inner 10x, and then the last is 8. Okay, so would a 4 and a 10 ever give me?
Yeah.
Yes.
Plus.
It's going to be plus.
And then you leave it.
Done.
And we're done, because why?
Because there's no 0. in
There's
that.
no equal 0, so this is our actual answer.
I told you so.
Can I scroll?
Yeah.
Okay, look at 5. Draw your parentheses. And what can you fill in?
1, 2.
1, 2,
And the ends.
and an n. And we need to find some factors of what number?
12.
12.
So 1.
1 and 12.
2 and 6.
2 and 6. 3 and 4.
Yeah.
Okay, what do you want to try? How many options could you do on here? How many options is there?
None.
No, like to pick from.
3.
Mm-mm.
1.
Mm-mm.
6.
6. Okay, by that I mean you could try 1 and 12, right? And if that doesn't work, you'd have to try 12 and 1. Okay, and if that didn't work, you'd have to try 2 and 6, or 6 and 2, or 3 and 4, or 4 and 3. Okay, so there's 6 options because there are 6 numbers listed: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so that gives you, if you foiled all 6 options and nothing's working, then you can tell me, hey, Miss Henning, it's not working. Okay, then I know you've tried all 6 options. But if you only have 2 written down, don't tell me it don't work, because you ain't even tried them all. Okay, what do you want to try?
6 and 2.
6 then 2?
Yeah.
No. You're looking at me lost, Rodney. So 6 and 2, what's
20.
12 and 2 is going to give me an 11? No. So we know 6 and 2 don't work. What do you want to try?
4 and 3.
4 then 3?
Yeah.
What are you going to get for the inner? 8, outer? 3. So that looks like it's going to work. Okay, so we're going to have 2n squared. The outer is going to be 3n. The inner is going to be 8n. And then the last is going to be 12. Okay, how could I get a negative 11?
-3, -8.
Negative 3, negative 8.
Leave it.
Yeah, and we leave it.
Where's Reese?
Probably at home again.
Probably anything else.
Reese has been skipping, Miss Honey. Reese has been skipping.
Okay. Ooh. I messed up on this one.
What?
I messed up on this one, but not really. Okay, what are some factors of the first number?
1 and 4 and 2 and 2.
So there are 2 options for the first number. Yeah, so I said I messed up. But I didn't really, because what about the back number? 1 and 3. So it's not much difference, okay? You know the 1 and 3's there. What do you want to try for the first numbers? We know we're going to have A and A.
1 and 4.
You want to try 1 and 4?
Yeah.
Okay, multiply the first, the outer, inner, and the last. So would a 4 and a 3 ever give me a 4 for the middle? No. So what do we need to try then?
2 and 2.
No.
1 and 4, or 4 and 1.
4 then 1. Okay? You can't switch it up or you're going to get lost. Okay? So erase this. Okay? And try a 4 and then a 1. Okay? Multiply the first, the outer is gonna be 12A, the inner is 1A, and then the last is 3. A 12 and a 1, will that work?
No.
No. So we know we've tried 1, then 4, and 4, then 1. So you could cross that one off. Okay? So what's your only option left?
2 and 2.
2 and 2. Okay, multiply the first, the outer, so there's 6A, the inner 2A, and then the last is 3. Okay, would a 6 and a 2 work?
Yeah.
How? I need a plus 4.
Plus 6 minus.
Plus 6 minus 2. Okay, because I have a plus minus, how do I fill those in above it?
Minus plus.
Minus plus.
But then you gotta keep going because it's 0.
Okay, and then on this one we gotta keep going because it's a 0. Okay, so you're gonna say 2A minus 1 equals 0. 2A plus 3 equals 0. Okay, how do we solve it?
Bring the plus 1.
Plus 1. So we got 2A equals 1.
And divide.
And divide by 2. What's 1 over 2? Yeah, so it's going to stay as a fraction. Okay, subtract 3. We got 2A equals negative 3 and divide by 2. So A equals negative 3 over 2. Why are they both a fraction this time?
Because those two, I think those two
Because
solutions.
the
Hmm?
reason for it.
I think the reason is because those two solutions are the top thing.
Yes. So, because on all of the other ones, if you look at them, one of the A's is usually got a 1 in front of it, almost every single time. Because there were more than one option for the first set, so the 1 and 4, 4 then 1, 2 and 2, it ended up giving us 2 fractions because the number that we divide by, if it's not a 1, you will get a fraction. I would say about 90% of the time. Unless it's like 4 divided by 2, that comes out to be a whole number. Okay, so on this one you did end up getting 2 fractions, but most of the time you're not gonna, and I realized as soon as I started the problem, I'm like, oh man, I messed it up. Okay? Make sure I didn't do that on any other ones for I. No, I didn't. So it's just that one. Can I scroll?